Hi everyone, me again. Welcome to another Qashqai video. As usual, before we start on an exciting one today, you should be excited, you've been asking for this. Before we start, big thank you to my members that have joined the channel. They are Shane Cook, Darren Lynch and Chris Owen. You guys are awesome. If you'd like to join them and join the channel as a member too, you will get access to perks such as seeing videos 24 hours before anyone else or public. You'll get things like posts and photos and video updates of my plans. So my members knew about this about 4 or 5 days prior to recording it right now, whereas everyone else has no idea. And other things. So yeah, if you are interested in joining, just press the join button below and you'll be able to see the different perks available. But for now, let's crack on and see what I've got. So let's get these unboxed. Try unboxing them. So these were off eBay. They're off a seller based in Manchester in the UK. Excuse me. And they ship these. They have these imported from China. So they're actually based. Their warehouse where they come from is in the UK. So the postage is really good. So it's £31 I paid, and the postage was free, and it was pretty much 2 days delivery. Unfortunately, I wasn't inside to wait an extra day or so. But yeah, they're here now. So as you can see, they're really nicely packaged. Got nice thick polystyrene. And the reason that I got these, there's two main reasons I got these over wish.com ones. And that is, firstly, they come with the tools you need, which is a nice thick pry tool with a thick end and a thin end. We need that for getting the mirror glass off, which is going to be an interesting job. And it also comes with the Torx Allen key style driver. Torx, if you don't know what that is a 6-pointed star style screw. I've got a Torx set, so I don't think I'll be using this unless I need the length. I don't think I need the length, but I've got my own Torx set. But it's good again that it comes with the right stuff. And finally, obviously, the two indicators. So for those that don't quite know what I mean or what dynamic indicators are, you may have seen new cars such as Audis and I think Volkswagens and VAG cars, so Volkswagen, Skodas, Seats, they're going down the same route. Dynamic indicators are the indicators that swipe across. So instead of just being on, off, they swipe across, swipe across, swipe across. So it's a Marmite thing. I think some people don't like them. I know some people that think they look silly. Personally, I don't like them on the main lights, but I think on the wing mirrors they're going to look pretty smart. So we'll see how that goes. So yeah, as you can see, obviously two of them, one for each mirror. They come with a blue protective wrap on, which I'm going to keep on until as late as possible so I don't scratch them accidentally. On the other side you can see we've got the two mounting screw holes, which is where the Torx screws go in, as well as a couple of clips. Obviously with it being black it's quite hard to see these, but there's two clips, one at the top, one at the bottom. And the other reason, as well as the tools that I ordered these ones specifically, is the plug. I don't know if I'm going to be able to focus very well. There we go. You can see there is a plug socket with the two prongs there. There's going to be no wiring needed. There's going to be no soldering, no tapping into existing looms, nothing like that. It's going to be plug in and play, which is going to be really easy. So that plug socket is exactly the same as what is currently on the Qashqai. It'll be a case of taking the old one out, removing it from the mirror, putting this one in, plugging it in. As simple as that. So that's what I'm really liking about this listing. You can get some on wish.com and the like and AliExpress, but they do require wiring in. So unless you're feeling, particularly confident about wiring it and tapping into the loom, go for that. But if not, these are great. I mean, for £31, they're not bad at all. I think the ones I've seen on wish.com are about 20 something, and with delivery it's probably going to be about the same price. So yes, but that's it really for the intro and the unboxing. Just those four things: the two indicators, the pry tool, which is going to be useful in future videos as well, and the little Torx driver, should we call it. But for now, let's get down to the car and get the mirror removed and the glass removed, and wish me luck. Okay, so the first thing we need to do is angle the mirror all the way down as low as it will go. So by doing that, that gives us a small window down here. It's hard to focus on. We need to get the pry tool down there and get it to the clips, which I will show you once the glass is out. I think there's 4 clips down there we need to pop off, so I'll just get that done now. Okay, so I had to jump skip there. It is very hard, but I'll show you the clips exactly in a sec. Once you've got the glass loose like this, there is the heated element in the back. Just a plug here. You need to pull out, which pulls straight up. It says. So in fact, we might be able to get away with just putting it to the side. I think I'm going to go with that. That plug looks like it's pretty well in there. Try that pry tool again. All the people that tell me that the wing mirrors aren't heated, here's your proof that they are. I'm just going to leave that there actually, it's easier. So the clips that need undoing on the back of the mirror, they're these two here that just go into these slots. There's one there, one opposite it, which goes into there. They clip on to these two little lugs, sorry, just here and just here. So they unclip upwards and pulls out. So once the mirror glass is out of the way, what we need to do is remove some of these Torx screws. I'm going to use the one that it was supplied with. We need to remove the ones that are around the motor. So there's 1, 2, 3 just under there. Remove those now. So with that motor removed, and it gives us good access to the back of the mirror now. What we need to be doing now is removing the clips. You can see where mine are because obviously it's a red mirror, so you can see where the clips that hold it on are, all dotted around up here as well. It's quite hard recording this direct sunlight, I'm afraid, but yeah. You just need to go all the way around the mirror, undoing any of those clips, and then the back cover should pop off, so crack on with that now. So at this point I've realised rather than use the pry tool, it's going to be a lot easier just to use a flat screwdriver. Because obviously it's all behind here, there's nothing cosmetic to worry about, and there's stuff that's actually quite deep down. There we go, that's off. Obviously there is a wire holding the camera part on, so we're just going to leave that to hang there now. It's all good, but now I've got access to the indicator. So now I've got access to the indicator. What I'm going to do is test the new one before I start disconnecting all this, because you never know, sometimes you do get faulty ones. So the plug that we're after sits in here, this green and brown wire. It is a waterproof one, so it's like a rubber bung, so you have to give it a little wobble and it pops out. And I'll get the replacement one in now and see how it goes. So I've got the replacement one plugged in there. The plug went in really easily. Just going to put the hazard lights on, see if it's working okay. So there you go, you can see it. Obviously we're going to keep this blue plastic on just because it's safest for it, so it's not going to get any scratches, but you can see it's working just fine. So we'll crack on and get this one fitted now, get the other one undone. So once you're ready to undo them, there's 2 screws that need undoing. Unfortunately I didn't start recording in time, so the first one's this one just here, which you can see I've nearly got out now, just finger tight, so take that one out. And the second one is, oops, might be worth having the window open to be honest when you do this, to put like a mirror in there. The second one is in here, so below my finger now, that's the second one. It's sort of buried a bit, which is actually why I'm using this, because it's long enough to get to it. So those 2 undone. There's just a couple of clips on this side. First one is just up here. Send you in there. So the first one is this one here. Focus. There we go. Just here. And there's one also directly underneath. The same place, just underneath it. There we go. Hold one out. So the new one is just going to clip in exactly the same. It's the same places. You can see the screw mounts as well as the clips. It's exactly the same. So I'll just put the screws back in. Okay, I just realised I should really have had the camera on the other side then, but yep, the screws are back in those same holes. So just for reference, this one down here and this one up here, and mirror is on. So next up is just a case of getting the plug in, which is dead easy. It'll only go in one way, because you can see this white line on the bottom side of it will match up with the flat edge this side. So it's just simply a case of plugging it in. Whilst holding the camera, it's not easy. There we go. So you can see it is literally plug in and play. There's no wiring needing doing, it just goes straight in. So we can now finally remove this blue tape and get the mirror cap back on, which is just a case of snapping it back in place. So there we go, it's back on now. You can see the fitment's actually quite nice. It sits in that runner there, that little zigzag bit, quite nicely. The tightest bit is just this end here. So next up, just getting that motor back in. It's all just a case of reversal of removal now. So we just need to get this motor back into its position. Those 3 screws. So that's all those screws put back in, and then finally just snapping this back in place. Voila. So there we go, you can see even in daylight they're still really easy to see compared to the other side. You can barely even see that the other side's on, but it is, I can promise you it's on. So they're actually a safer addition to your car as well, along with the LED front lights. They look really nice, and you can see that dynamic indicator now. So I'm going to crack on with the other one. I'm just going to do a speed up video of the other one being done from start to finish. Don't need to give you no commentary or how to. It's exactly the same as the other side, just obviously the screws are in a different position. It's reversed. So silly me, in the first mirror you're probably already shouting at the screen. I took off the bottom part as well, the bottom plastic where the camera is. This bit. Turns out you don't actually need to do that. That was a bit of a waste of time. You can just take the coloured part off by removing the right clips and then giving it a pull. So my bad, but I'll learn for next time, if there is next time. But we'll carry on. There we have it. A little bit trial and error, and I learnt the hard way about taking those cases off. But yeah, it's looking really nice. Yeah, so let me know what you think, guys. I think it's quite nice. Fitting wise, not perfect, must be honest. So the issues that I've noticed is a slight gap here on the edge, and that isn't down to the casing not fitting properly. It's that this is sort of sticking into this plastic casing. It's actually pushing the black part away more than the red part is come away, if that makes sense. And yeah, it's not the best fit around here. I mean, from a distance you can't tell anyway, but when you get up close you can see there is a slight gap down here. So what do you think? It's finally done. You can't keep asking me to do it now, can you? But yeah, thanks so much, guys. Hope this is helpful for you. If you've got any questions, as usual, just stick them in the comments below and I'll do my best to answer them. But otherwise, like, subscribe, and I shall see you in the next one.